Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Schlock. I'm your host Herschel Gillis, and today I know I'm returning after a long while of being gone, and I will explain why towards the end of the video. Just some family stuff that, some of you know about, but I'll explain at the end why I've been gone for so long. I am back though, gonna be filming videos like normal again. Today, got a double feature review. So the first one is, well, the double feature is, of course, as you read in the title, Box Creep Films, the first and second releases from director Steven Grischuk. There is Color Space Blood Red and Vapor Green. So, first off, if you haven't bought from Box Creep Films yet, go pick these up, and I'm going to explain why. So, I'm going to talk about these individually, but, Box Creep Films is a low-budget film production project from, director, writer Steven Grischuk. He has two films currently, which is the two that I'm reviewing today. Third one is coming in the Colors trilogy, but this one, Color Space Blood Red, is about Captain Henry Thomas, who sets his sights on planet XXY in search of a alien creature that rich collectors want for their collections. An impossible mission, a greedy captain, and buckloads of gore await you in Color Space Blood Red. Now, it is what it says here. It's a short film. It was about 30 minutes and some change, or maybe a little less. But these are low budget, very homemade, DIY indie film productions, like horror slash a little bit of comedy in this one. But Color Space Blood Red, we're going to talk about this first. Out of the two, this is my lesser favorite. That's not to say this is a bad film at all, though. So, the film, the premise is a bit simple, with this captain going to a different planet, trying to find this alien creature to get for collectors. When he gets there, of course, things don't go quite as planned, and he meets a fatal fate. And eventually, rescue pilot sort of guy comes and tries to see what this signal was in the spaceship that was, doomed. So, what do I like about this? The straightforward nature of the film, I feel, really suits this. The short runtime means that it's well paced. There's not any twists, turns, or anything that would really you wouldn't expect. That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, for a 30-minute short film, you don't really want this to be too convoluted, which it is not. Other things that I like about this, I really like the homegrown nature of these films. This one I watched these in order. This was my first. I actually watched this twice in a row. Same with Vapor Green. But I watched this second time with commentary, and it's just really inspiring to hear Stevens, talking about this film and how he made it. And it's obviously a cheap film. It looks cheap, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. You can, this is one of those films where it looks cheap, but you can see, the passion that's in it. So Steven works within his budget, within his means, but he never lets, his budget restrictions bring down with what he's trying to make. He'll find a way to do it. If he wants to make a film on a very low budget where an alien comes out within people and, transmutes them in, a guinea pig sort of way, almost, in that style of gore, he's going to do it, even if the budget is lower, even if the actors are not, professionally trained. He's going to do it. And the acting is actually another part in this that I actually quite enjoyed. I don't think the acting is bad at all for being as low budget as these are. These are, once again, very, very, homegrown. It stars Shane Kepler, Ian Johnson, and Nick Grischuk. All three of them do a good job. The captain in the beginning, actually, you kind of feel for him. And I really like the, cheap animation and stuff for the spaceships in this. I don't know. There's just a lot of charm, low budget charm to this that I really enjoy. I always talk about liking movies with, charm and ambition, and this is certainly a perfect example of that. Um, you know, I prefer Vapor Green to this, which we're going to talk about in a second here, but this is a very good, you know, introduction to an up and coming company, production studio that I really have grown to enjoy. I'm definitely going to be planning on rewatching this soon. Really, the only things that I don't like about this, I think the second captain's fate is a bit repetitive because we saw the first captain's fate. Um, but that's really my major complaint about it. It gets a little repetitive there. I felt like, maybe we could have done something a little bit different as far as like the gore set pieces and everything goes. I understand the low budget there. I just wish there was a bit more variety there. But this is a very good film for the budget, and I always like supporting small independent film studios. This is one of the best projects to come along in a while. Um, and yeah, hoping to interview Steven for another project later on. But Color Space Blood Red, solid 4 out of 5 for me. Um, the repetition doesn't really get in the way of the enjoyment of this at all for me. I really like the music, which I believe Steven did himself or someone related to him did. I like the special effects with like the low budget stuff. It's very charming. It works in this case. This is definitely not so bad that it's good. It's definitely just good for the budget, and if like it's a B movie, B sci-fi horror. You can't get much better than this. I really love this homegrown aesthetic of this. And really, this would be my highest recommendation if Vapor Green didn't exist. So Vapor Green, it's a bit longer. It's about 45 minutes, I believe. Maybe even a little bit longer than that, but it is quite a bit longer than Color Space Blood Red. This one, I'm just reading the backs of these. I know that's the description because, when it's there and it's simple and straight to the point, why would I bother to try to tell you in my own way? Because it's, I'm not going to say it as well as Stephen can in his own words here. Grave robbing, disarmament, and selling brains to make drugs. All that and more lie ahead in the thrilling story of Vapor Green. Will our protagonist Ricky make his way out alive, or will he end up in the same cemetery he steals brains from? Find out in this 45-minute long, blood-soaked, sleazy romp through the graveyard. So as you hear here, there's this new like drug sort of thing that people are trying called Vapor Green. It is made from brains. It's like when you mix these chemicals to the brain, you kind of inhale it in these masks, and it lets you live the memories of the person's brain that you're going into. You can alter them however you want, but if you add too much chemical, or there may be a bad reaction, you turn messed up. um, this, I loved this. I truthfully love this film. Why? It takes everything that I liked about Color Space Blood Red and turns it up significantly. The special effects are once again cheap, but they're fun. I like the acting in this. It felt more ambitious. The writing is legitimately funny. I was laughing consistently throughout the entire runtime. The film doesn't take itself seriously at all. Well, maybe a little bit, but not to a degree that would ruin it, I guess you could say. The soundtrack, again, is very fun. Really liked the acting in this. The performances are great. I really liked the story of this, actually. It was actually pretty original. And, like, even away from, like, the charm and the low-budget nature of this, I really liked the story legitimately. Really liked the concept of this a lot. And was impressed that came from such a low-budget production. And I keep using the word low budget, but that's not a bad thing. I just want to emphasize that. I really like that, these younger filmmakers are going out there and making films on these low budgets. They aren't letting their budgets restrain them, though. This is another case in point. This is really fun. There's not as much gore in this one, which I actually think benefits it a little bit. This is very comedic, and I like the concept. The music's great. Story's plotted and paced very well. It just, 45 minutes, this doesn't have time to waste on empty just filler scenes. So yeah, this is one of my new comfort movies. This is a film that I'm going to be peddling hard. I'm going to be recommending to a lot of people. If you haven't seen anything for Box Creek Films and you're just wanting to see one, and you don't want to take a chance on two movies, I understand. I'm the same way with a lot of stuff. If you're just wanting to pick out one of the Box Creek Films movies to check out, see what they're about, I would say Vapor Green is the way to go. This is one of my favorite indie films I've seen in a long time. I highly recommend this to everybody. I recommend both to everybody highly, actually, but Vapor Green is the better of the two in my opinion, but this makes a great double feature going forward. Rewatching these, I'm definitely going to be watching them together. Totally get about the length of one feature-length film. So, yeah, and Steven put together a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff for this. This one has commentary, as previously mentioned, interviews of the actors, a music video for one of the bands that's featured in this. This one has some behind-the-scenes footage about going to the cemeteries to record this film, a music video, some trailers, everything. Yeah, Steven really puts in the time and effort into these films. There's a lot of passion in these. This is something that I'm definitely looking forward to going forward. Definitely going to be picking up everything that Box Creek Films puts out moving forward as well. And I'm excited to see where he goes from here. So, if you haven't seen anything from Box Creek Films, they're up and coming. I would say they have. Steven has a couple of films previous to this, but they're not available on that site. So, get into this while the getting is good. Get in while, this is blowing up, because these are really fun. I highly recommend these. Yeah, just watch them. If you like fun B, sci-fi, horror, comedy stuff, this is up your alley. It's a jam. So, yeah. And that sums up the review. Now to why was I gone for 3 weeks, for those wondering. Unfortunately, it's not happy news, to say the least there, but my grandmother, unfortunately, last year had a severe heart episode and has been in and out of the hospital since. She recently entered hospice care, so I've been visiting her and took a week off of work, and just have had a lot of family stuff going there, spending as much time as I can with her. So, yeah, that's why I've been gone. So, yeah, but I'm doing reviews this week, and I appreciate everybody reaching out to me about why I was gone and, giving their sympathies. I do appreciate it. But yeah, I'm packing up some more Banana Box orders this week. I've been still doing stuff for Severed Cinema. If you want to read some reviews that I've done there, I'm working on a book currently. We have a new release in Banana Box releasing a cult collectibles collaboration that I highly recommend picking up. It is limited to 25 copies. It is I Want to Eat You, a JV starring real-life cannibal Issei Sagawa. Obviously, we don't condone the actions of that, but the story surrounding him is very fascinating, and I find that the fact that I Want to Eat You exists to be really fascinating. So yeah, if you want that, hit me up on Instagram. Still have a handful of copies left if you would like one. But yeah, thanks for coming back, guys. Thanks for sticking out there for me. For the few weeks that I've been gone, I am going to be doing some more reviews this week. Going to be doing Shark Saturday next week. Open Casket is back. We're interviewing Donald Farmer this week as well. And check out our latest episode. We're back now. So, as always, I've been your host, Herschel Gillis, signing off. 0 thoughts, 0 editing, 0 brain cells, and 0 planning. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and keep your notifications on. I'll see you guys later this week.